3, 2, 1. Yo, what's happening, guys? It's your boy Wolfie here. We are back. Now, the first thing you want to do on this video, as always, is hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and also hit that bell so you do get a notification every time I do drop a new video. But if you are regular around here, you know that it is 11 AM UK time every single day without fail, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Now, last but not least, my Twitch channel is down in the description below, www.twitch.tv/Connor Woolf. If you want to go drop that a follow, I will love you guys forever. I do stream all my weekend league games on there, all my rewards, all that good stuff. So you get, you know, my stream's a good place to be. Now, what I've got for you today is how to improve at FIFA 20 in terms of, I'm not going to go too in-depth. I want it to be just a very generic video because without me like sitting down and looking at everyone's gameplay, I can't give you specifics about how you can really improve unless I sit and watch your game. So what I'm going to do here for you today is tell you some generic tips and also tell you a little bit about me and in terms of how I improved at FIFA. Now, I do think there is a very natural ability in terms of FIFA, but I don't really think it's FIFA. I think it's just video games in general, because what you will find across the board is, for example, me, I am very good at other video games as well, and then you look at other FIFA pros, they are also very good at other video games as well. I think it's down to natural stuff in terms of like reaction time, in order to see stuff before it happens, especially in terms of on the football pitch. You need to be able to understand patterns of play, how you can abuse certain mechanics and stuff like that, but at the same time, I'm the type of FIFA player that doesn't really abuse many mechanics. It does hamper me in terms of the competitive level because at the end of the day, I haven't made an event this year. But to be fair, I only played in like four qualifiers. But if I'd have gone full meta this year and gone like drop back one depth, everyone will come back on defense. Would I have probably qualified for an event? Possibly. You never really know, do you? So, but that's on me. I'm just a bit stubborn with my playstyle. I like to play the way I play, and I don't like to really differentiate from that, no matter who I'm playing against. And it does, I can get away with it in the weekend league, but in terms of like Pro v Pro qualifiers, that is what lets me down, and that is something actively in terms of FIFA 21 that I will be looking at, possibly not being so stubborn about my playstyle. But enough about me. How did I improve at FIFA? I have always been naturally good. So, you know, when you're like younger and you play with your mates and stuff like that, I've always been. Wait, well, I've got my headphones around my neck. I'm not sponsored by Beats, by the way. There's no ad in this video. I've always been naturally better than my mates at FIFA. So, you know, for example, when you were growing up, when you're like 12, 13, 14, I was always the best out of my mates. Like, no one would ever really beat me and my mates. So, like, the natural ability for me has always been there. I started playing FIFA in FIFA 2003. I think it's the one that had, like, Edgar Davids, Ryan Giggs on the front cover, if I want to say. I think so, anyway. But I then really didn't know anything about the pro FIFA scene or anything like that until FIFA 16. I used to really watch the Penfez a lot, and the Penfez plugged a huge gorilla. And Gorilla at the time on FIFA 16 was without a shadow of a doubt, and on FIFA 15, but I didn't know a thing about the pro. I didn't even know there was a pro FIFA scene in FIFA 15. On FIFA 16, Gorilla, and FIFA 15 for that matter, Gorilla was the boy. He was like your Tex of FIFA 19, but on FIFA 16 and FIFA 15, Gorilla was just the best player on that FIFA by an absolute country mile. I know he didn't win the FEWC or FIWC, I think it was called at the time, but he was, you can ask any pro around that time, he was the best FIFA player without a shadow of a doubt. Now, moving forward to then FIFA 17. This is not really tips to improve at the game. I'm just going to tell you how I improved, and then I'm going to tell you how you can improve, by the way. So, if you obviously want to fast forward this part, you can. You don't have to watch this. This is just me blabbering on about me. FIFA 17 come about, and I was at uni at the time, and then we had EA introduced the thing called Foot Champions, right? And the thing with Foot Champions, or the Weekend League, whatever you want to call it, at the time, you had 40 games to play in just a Saturday and a Sunday, by the way. They didn't have a Friday when it first came out on FIFA 17. Only OGs will remember this. We had to play 40 games between Saturday and Sunday. And I was at uni at the time, so in terms of just my general FIFA ability, this is when I realised, man, I'm good. Because we played, if any of you have been to uni, you will know how bad the uni internet is. The uni internet is absolutely appalling, right? I consistently, the first weekend league ever on FIFA 17, I finished on 33 wins out of 40, which I missed out on top 100 by 1 win. So, at the time, I didn't really know what this meant. I finished Elite 2 or whatever it was. Anyway, I finished on 33 wins with 3 DCs because the internet at uni was that bad. It used to just boot me off. Like, the internet would just go down every couple of hours without fail. So, obviously, I would have got top 100 and stuff like that. And then, as FIFA 17 went on, obviously I finished uni and stuff like that. I then took FIFA seriously, but I just played FIFA a lot more. And I used to really study Gorilla's playstyle, because Gorilla then on FIFA 17 and TAS, but TAS doesn't really play my playstyle. So this is a key. You can take this into your trying to improve, okay? When you're trying to improve, watch people that are better than you, but you think have a similar playstyle to you. So for example, you guys that watch my YouTube videos, you know I'm very attacking, very skillful. I like to do fluid 1-2 passing. I like to do a lot of skill moves around the box. So I'm obviously going to watch people like Tex. I'm going to watch people like Gorilla. People like this that are very, they're very improvising in attack, rather than someone like a TAS or a Dax that are very possession based, because I'm not like that. And one thing people need to remember is your natural playstyle you need to perfect before you do anything. So whatever playstyle you play when you're angry and when you're tilted and you're not thinking about the game, that is your natural FIFA playstyle. Okay, I'm not going to say it's your best playstyle, but that is your natural FIFA playstyle. So for example, me, when I'm angry and I'm on tilt, I'm really aggressive with my defenders. I'm ping pong passing. I'm boom, 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 boom. I'm doing a lot of skill moves in attack. I'm trying to rinse the opponent. I'm trying to make him look like an idiot, basically. So a key, tip number one, okay, while going on about my FIFA career, tip number one, watch other pros that you think have a similar playstyle to you and implement the stuff they do well into your game. So for example, you see me in attack, I do a lot of elasticos. Elasticos on FIFA 20 and FIFA 19 have been very, very OP. So what do you guys want to do? If you're a very skillful attacker, you're going to want to learn how to do elasticos at all angles, because the elastico into the near post shot is a goal 98% of the time. That 98% of the time could be the difference between you getting that gold 1 and elite 3. Could be the difference between you getting elite 2 and elite 1, or elite 1 into top 100. Although if you're around elite 1 level, I'm guessing you're probably doing elasticos already, but you kind of get where I'm coming from. Anyway, tip number 2, and this is a key thing, okay? Perfecting your own playstyle is the biggest thing I would say you need to do. Whether you play, if you naturally play a heavy possession based game, perfect that playstyle. Don't try and change to the meta of the FIFA too much, because the meta of FIFA changes every year. This year it's about small agile players. Next year it could go back to what FIFA 19 was, where it was just basketball. You know, you needed 6'5" wingers that could jump up and head the ball from an elastico cross. You know, like the meta changes on FIFA very much. So try not to overcompensate and overthink about the meta in the FIFA game. Now, a key thing that you guys can do, which is a really key point that they didn't have on FIFA 17 or FIFA 18. I think it's coming out in FIFA 19. I can't even remember when it's come out. The Champions channel, okay. So, for example, all of these players are obviously very, very good players. You know, they're all hitting 30s, top 100s. They're all, I'm probably going to go out on a whimper and say they're pro players, right? Sakul, very good player. Go and watch their games. For example, actually, I'm not going to watch Pro Hunter for a reason. But Maxi, okay, won the Club World Cup this year on FIFA 20. Obviously, a very, very, very good player. Okay, I'm going to go and watch like a really tight game. 4-2, 25-0. All right, well, watch this. What you can do is you can go and watch the match replay. And what you should be doing when you're watching the replay, only watch a couple of games. You don't have to sit and watch all 30 games, because that's going to be boring at the end of the day. Go and watch the games that are tight. For example, this guy that he's playing is good and it's a tight game. So I'm just going to have this on in the background and show you what I'm looking at when I'm watching these games. Even me, as a pro player, I still sit here and watch the Champs channel in terms of, or watch Pro v Pro games, because it's a really good way to try and improve. Now, what you need to do is straight away is use on the buttons here, the camera that you normally play in. For example, me, I play on tele broadcast. So I'm going to change the camera angle to tele broadcast. You then want to hide it. You're then going to want to see the controller input that the players use. For example, you see here Maxi is very much using the wing play to start off and kick off. De Bruyne into Hullet. And these are things you need to be looking at. Stuff that they do and do really well. Watch it and think, man, how can I add this into my game? How can I not add this into my game? Now, as this is on in the background, I'm going to talk to you about other tips you can do to improve at FIFA. Tip number 3 would be understand what works on this FIFA and what doesn't work. For example, on FIFA 19, the FIFA, like the way that you had to play, not really had to play because I didn't play that way, but the way to play the game would be to use big outside cams, an elastico cross, or scoop volleys, first time finesses. They worked on the FIFA. So if you are very serious about trying to improve at the game, that is something you need to look at. Okay, for example, on this FIFA, it is all about high agility, high balance players with 5-star weak foot. On this FIFA, because the defending is so overpowered in terms of the AI defending, you need that 5-star weak foot players in attack, because you need to be able to turn on either foot if you get an opportunity to score. You see Maxi VIP went 30-0 this week. Look at his, he's got De Bruyne, Hullet, Neymar, R9, all 5-star weak-footed players. You see how when they get into the final third, you can turn on either foot. They are key points. Another key point for trying to improve at FIFA, and it's a really key one in my opinion, is try and look at yourself and not blame the game, okay? When you're looking, we've all been there, I've been there, I'm guilty of this. Not so much, I'll probably say more so recently than what I used to be, because I just don't like FIFA 20 that much. But whether or not ball beep happens, there's something that happened a good minute or so before that was your fault that conceded the goal. Does that kind of make sense? So, for example, if your opponent scores a rebound, obviously he shoots, your keeper parries it, and then he taps it into an empty net. You then have to look at yourself and go, why did he have that opportunity for the rebounded shot in the first place? Why was he clean through one-on-one in the first place? It's a really key point. If you have the opportunity to record your gameplay in terms of like with a capture card, just to what, like when you're playing weekend league, a key thing that I like to do, and this is actually a really key point, I didn't really think about this until now. Record a game where you think you are playing well. So if you think you are playing well in a game, try and record that game. Or you think, you know, you're playing well, record a couple of batches a game and see what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. And then when you're playing bad and you're on tilt, try and think to record them games as well and analyze the two and go, right, what am I doing wrong when I'm playing bad, and then what am I doing right when I'm playing good? And then try and use that a lot more. It's a very key point. I got really good around like FIFA 17 and FIFA 18. I was really good on FIFA 16 as well, but I was at uni, so I didn't really care much about the pro FIFA scene, you know. Like if you've been uni, you know what the uni lifestyle's like, right? Analysing my own game helped me a lot, like a real lot. I still do it to this day. If I lose a weekend league game, because obviously I stream all my games, I will go back and watch my stream and watch the game that I lost and see if there's anything that I did different. There will be, and I promise you this, there will be some times where the game did just mess you up. There's nothing you can do. The game did just go, you know what? You're not winning this game, I'm sorry. But there are also a lot of other times where you did mess up, but you're too angry to see it, and you just go and blame the game. So that you really need to get out of that habit. Another key thing that I would try and say, if you are really serious about trying to improve on FIFA, is try and be more fluid in your attacking play. Attacking play on FIFA 20 is hard because of how good the defensive AI is. In my opinion, it's what separates even gold to elite, elite to elite 1 to top 100, top 100 to pro players, is the difference in their attacking play. I think most people from elite and above defend the same way on this game because it's so easy to defend, if I'm being real. So try and be more fluid in your attack. Try and add more skill moves. Try and think to yourself, right, why is this guy doing this? Why is this guy doing that? Why is he continually doing elasticos at this angle to then shoot near post? Why is he doing the fake shot stopping to the cricketer? Because it gives a better angle for the near post shot, and the near post shot are more effective on FIFA 20. These are the things that you need to be looking at, and if you are really serious about improving at FIFA, they are stuff that I would be really looking at. Another key thing that I would really suggest is, if you are serious, I would say serious about improving. Like if you want to improve, you don't have to do this, but as awful as the game mode is, if you want to improve on FIFA 20, not FIFA 20, but FIFA in general, Rivals is a really good tool. I know it's toxic. I know the game mode is vile and it's shocking to play and I hate it. But when you're playing people constantly that are either better than you or at the same elo as you, you will improve at this game no matter what, because you'll pick things up when you're playing. You'll go, man, this guy kept doing a scoop turn at this angle, man, yeah, I'm going to use that. Oh, this guy kept running down the line and cutting it back. Oh, yeah, I'm going to do that. You will pick things up on the game. It's why you see a lot of pro players at the start of every FIFA really grind hard at Rivals. I know Tex does this. You probably won't like to admit it, but well, he probably will. Tex really grinds hard at Rivals at the start of the year to really learn and understand what works versus pro. Well, for example, for Tex, what works versus pro players. So that's stuff that if you're really serious, that was never a penalty, by the way, I don't think. If you're really serious about improving, that is something that I would recommend. Last but not least, do not play if you're really serious about improving at FIFA. Don't play when you're triggered and mad. Okay, playing when you're triggered and mad it won't end well. I'm a top 100 pro player, right? Even when I play triggered and I play mad, it's not going to end well. It's never going to be a good sign. It's never going to improve me as a player. It's never going to do this, do that. So take a break and take a breather. If you've had that sweaty weekend league game that we've all had, just take a couple of minutes just to relax, calm down. Don't finish the game and straight away go straight into the next game. Don't do that. Just take a breather, take a 2, 3, 4, 5 minute break, go downstairs, have a drink, have a little sprinkle. Do anything you want, but just don't play when you're triggered. Now, there are some tips that I want to tell you how to improve at FIFA. But obviously, what I wanted to do is, rather than being specifics in terms of, oh, you need to do the near post shot, I've already done them type of videos. I wanted it to be just a generic video about how your mindset and about how you can actively improve at FIFA with just some simple steps. So, if you did enjoy this video, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time. Peace.